I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party peoples? What's good? What's good? What's good? Salute, salute, salute. Yo, what's good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man. I'm your host, Uncle Freezy. I think I'm going to be soon joined by Hoodie Cav and some others. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we bouncing a little late this morning. It's been a wild morning, man. It's been a wild morning. Chop Low, what's good? It's been a wild morning. It's been a wild morning, y'all. Trying to get some things settled so that we can take over State Farm Arena. We're running a little late. Heavy Reese in the building. What's good? Bro, I'm telling y'all, Hoodie Cav is going to bat for the Knicks fan base, bro. Hoodie Cav is earning his stripes. Let's go. Hoodie Cav is earning his stripes for y'all. Right? We don't ever want to doubt Hoodie Cav because Hoodie Cav is coming through in the clutch right now. Right? The Atlanta Hawks are trying to shaft us every way possible. But Hoodie Cav is like Neo. You know what I'm saying? Neo is the Matrix. Right? Right? People trying to explain to Neo such and such about the Matrix. And then things inside the Matrix are like viruses inside the Matrix are like Mr. Anderson. All these weird things, right? But what they forget is Neo is the Matrix, right? Neo is the Matrix. You know what I mean? So anyways, I just got off the phone with Hoodie Cav. Hoodie Cav is doing his thing. I think the details soon come. And then Hoodie Cav will probably come on and we'll talk about some stuff. Ty, Bobby, if you're watching, I got your email. So we're gonna have some good news and some bad news. I think I should let Hoodie Cav explain it. The good news is the suite is gonna be available, and we're gonna turn this mother out. The bad news is we might have to do it with less people because of COVID restrictions, which is odd. They didn't explain that up front, but whatever. Whatever. You know how things are. Anyway, I'm excited about the Knicks Hawks game. There's actually a basketball game that's going to happen, right? A basketball game is going to actually happen. DSA, Delano Steele Jr. says, breaking news, breaking news. Kevin Knox still sucks. But you know what? We don't care nothing about that. Warren Frank says, hey, Uncle Freezy, I don't understand this Randall's not mentioned MVP's vote, but you have these top guys in the league miss 20 to 30 games, and they in a running, shaking my head, and we in the 4th seat. Yep. I want to talk about that first. I want to talk about that first. And since it's blowing tears, I think I will. What in the name of David Crockett is going on out here? What in the name of peanut butter and jelly is going on out here where a guy takes a team that's a lottery team, takes it to the playoffs, not the 8th seed, not the 6th seed, but the 4th seed, with names like Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, Derrick Rose, Nerlens Noel. This team on its own is a 17-win team. This team by itself is a 17-win team, in my opinion, without Julius Randle. You add Julius Randle, and he adds 24 wins to this team. Hold on. The executive producer brought me some tea. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see how hot that is? Protecting the vocals, bro. And ladies, hey, I'm on camera. All right, she coming in. Let me hold on one more time. I just wanted to show you how hot the tea was, but she, said, okay, all right. Hey, y'all. Y'all see how hot this tea is? Y'all see how hot that tea is? Y'all see all the steam coming out of that? Definitely taking care of the bruh. You know what I'm saying? Definitely taking care of the bruh. But we have to have a talk and a candid one also. We have to have a talk and a candid one about our respect and how we don't get respect put on our names. Right? About how we don't get respect on our name. Right? How Julian Blum was good. Cheers, bro. Cheers. Cheers. I'm frustrated about how we don't get respect put on our name. Right? Y'all talk about the mug. The mug got tea in it. Y'all talking. This is not Blorange tea, right? I was trying to work on some Blorange tea, but man. So I was working on Blorange tea. I ain't gonna lie. I saw something online. I went in, and the more I was working, because I was like, this Blorange tea thing might be something, right? So I went in, started looking at, man, packaging, quantities and blah, blah, blah. By the time it leave from there and get to y'all, we talking about like $14 for something you buy in the store for like $4. So I ain't really feeling that. No, not orange tea. Blorange tea. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Kevin Middleton, what's good? Kevin Middleton says Randall is not a league MVP. Rose is our MVP. Randall is our most improved player. You can't have a league MVP with one winning streak and one clutch game. Let him crawl before he walk. He has to do it again. I'm going to tell you why Kevin Middleton and others have a flawed theory in terms of what a league MVP is. Right? So for one, Kevin Middleton is thinking in terms of what has been the status quo in the most traditional sense of the word. Like you pop up, here's how it works. You flash some potential as a young player, right? You flash some potential in a young player. Maybe you embarrass either a league MVP or a past MVP in a game situation. Maybe like for instance, maybe you get Michael Jordan switched on to you in an ISO situation and you cross him up a couple times at the free throw line. You bat. I'm just showing you that just to let you know I'm the man. And the old man was like, yeah, I heard you. I saw your highlights on tape. You ain't gonna do that on me. You know who I am? My name is on your shoe. My name is on your shoe. Y'all bear with me. This is how the MVP conversation works. Right? This is how the MVP conversation works. Right? A young guy comes into the league, maybe he gets drafted in the top 10, but he winds up being a potential franchise building block for a team. Right? And maybe in a playoff series or a nationally televised game, he gets in a guy that has already been MVP or is the current MVP. He gets somebody ISO'd up. Say it's Michael Jordan, and he like, I've been watching your tapes, young fella. You ain't gonna do that cat crossover carrying mess on me. And then he bat. I got you, old man. Come back over here. I got bat. Come back over here, old man. You got to stay in front of me. Bat. And then he hit the shot in front of the league MVP, and everybody lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? Everybody lose their mind or whatever. But the league MVP scored 38 and win the game, right? But the young bull showed his worth, right? And then that same young bull drags a franchise into the playoffs and losing the first round, right? The next year, that young bull makes the all-star team. The next year, he makes the all-star team, and then he does something like scores 60 points in a game. And then you're like, wow, right? This dude scored 60 points in a game. You know what I'm saying? You know, he scored 60 points in a game. And then the next year is a step where he starts knocking off other young bulls from other situations. And then, you know, he has a career year, averages like 27, 7 rebounds and 5 assists and ABC and the mouse. I call it the mouse. I call it the mouse. The mouse, you know, ABC, Disney, and whoever always have him featured on their stuff. He doing promos. You know, he's sitting there doing promos. It's a make or miss league. You know what I'm saying? And then he got sponsorships. Hulu has live sports, right? Then he averages 27, 7, and 6. And then you like, well, man, he drove that team to the playoffs. Ain't no blah, blah, blah. And that's how you get in the MVP conversation. Julius Randle didn't do that. All Julius Randle did was take a roster of non-talented guys. Maybe the worst roster in the playoffs. Maybe the worst roster in the playoffs. Maybe the worst roster in the playoffs. And I'm not knocking my Knicks because I like them. Right? I'm not knocking them. But we don't have a Giannis. We don't have a Ben Simmons. You know. We don't have an accidental superstar. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. You know, we don't have a accidental superstar like a Donovan Mitchell. Right? We don't have a accidental superstar like a Damian Lillard. And don't start trying to lie to me like y'all knew Damian Lillard was going to be a superstar. Don't start that mess because no, y'all didn't. When Portland drafted the point guard out of Weber State, y'all were like, who exactly? Don't pretend like y'all knew who Damian Lillard was. And don't pretend like y'all knew Donovan Mitchell was going to be this good. They the accidental superstars. Right? Right? The born-ready superstars are Zion Williamsons, are Kyrie Irvings, are Kevin Durant's. They born-ready superstars. They got in the crib. Soon they got walked out the womb, they superstars. You knew it. Right? Julius Randle is none of these things. He's not the accidental superstar. He's not the born-ready superstar. But all he did was take a team that should have won 18 games and will them to a 41-win season. Will them to a 41-win season. And to be honest with you, it should have been 44, 45 wins. That's if you believe in the New York Knicks don't get respect from the national media and referees argument. If you buy into the New York Knicks don't get respect, and yes, I said respect, R-I-S-P-E-C-K. I know somewhere Aretha Franklin is like, dang, how you spell respect? You spell respect R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I know that, Aretha Franklin. Thank you. I have plenty of outstanding student loan payments. I have enough of those to know how to spell respect, Aretha Franklin. In this case, we're talking about respect, the urban word. Julius Randle did not take the traditional route to stardom. That is why he's being snubbed in this MVP conversation. Somewhere Aretha Franklin turning over in her grave. She's like, that child said, and you spell respect, R-E-S-P-E-C. Aretha Franklin, why you got to count when you spell respect, Aretha Franklin? Why you got to count your fingers when you spell respect, Aretha Franklin? I'm just trying to figure that out, right? Okay, I'm just trying to figure that out. But my point to it all is Julius Randle took a non-traditional route as a good player off the radar, turning into a star, vaulting himself into the MVP conversation, but not really because he didn't take the traditional route to stardom. I got a feeling y'all not feeling me. Salute Anthony D. I'm gonna do the Knicks Morning Drive roll call in a few minutes. I'm gonna do the KMD roll call in a few minutes. And I'm screaming to the top of my lungs because it's a Friday morning. My Knicks fans are in the building. We got these joints to the State Farm Arena. Game 3. We might do. I'm gonna see if we can do a game 4. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But it's one thing at a time, and it's baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Like Mr. Miyagi say, wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. How am I supposed to learn how to fight, Mr. Miyagi? Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. So one step at a time. One foot in front of the other. Wax on, wax off. Right? So just because Julius Randle did not take the traditional route to stardom means his road to superstardom is that much higher. And in the NBA, it's all politics. You have to be a superstar to be in the MVP conversation. Why? Is Julius Randle not the most valuable player to the Knicks? Yes. But this is not a most valuable player of the Knicks conversation. This is a most valuable player of the league conversation. Right? And and so we can argue that the most valuable player of the league award is stupid. We can argue that. Because how can you say one player over another is the most valuable player to the league? If this player disappears, is the league going to disintegrate? No. If Giannis Antetokounmpo, the two-time NBA MVP, the two-time NBA league MVP, disappeared off the plane. If Dano snapped his fingers and Giannis disappeared, would the league disappear? No. The league MVP award is stupid. It's a weird popularity contest that is not based in anything except popularity. Because one could say Julius Randle did more with less. Julius Randle did more with less. If LeBron James was on this team, would this team be the 4th seed? I'm asking you. I'm trying to see what Delano Steele said. It's also based on narratives. DSJ, you have a point, my friend. Knicks man says it's biased, honestly. Yes. And Chop Low co-signed. Right? Who in this league has done more with less? Nobody has answered that question yet. If LeBron James is on this team, does this team win 41 games? I'm here to tell you, hell no. LeBron James does not, and this is why Randle should be the league MVP. LeBron James went to a Lakers team that had a core of, now when you hear these names, don't get excited, just hear me out. So this Knicks team core is RJ Barrett, Reggie Bullock, Emmanuel Quickly, Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, and some other dudes. Todd Barbie. Hey, Todd Barbie, I got your email. Hey, information soon come, Todd Barbie. I got your email. I'm going to answer that email with information. So information soon come. So Julius Randle took a core of Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson, Obi Toppin, Reggie Bullock, John Wayne, Elvis Presley, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, basically, is what Julius Randle took to the playoffs. That is what Julius Randle won 41 games with. Julius Randle won 41 games with Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, RJ Barrett, Madonna, Prince, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Right? Okay? And he got them to 41 wins. Right? LeBron James entered onto a team that had a young core of Lonzo Ball. And this is the young core. Not everybody wasn't there at one time. Everybody wasn't there at one time, but there were moves made to make room for LeBron. So when LeBron said he was coming, these are all the floating pieces around that were kind of morphing. So they had, at point guard, they had Lonzo Ball and D'Angelo Russell, right? Who they moved. They had Josh Hart. They had, who was their two guard? Jordan Clarkson. So they had Russell, they had D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo Ball, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, what's the skinny kid name? Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Larry Nance Jr., Julius Randle, Ivan Zubac. Right? So they had, just follow me. So LeBron whispers to the Lakers, yeah, I'm coming. Right? And at the time, before he signed on the dotted line, this is what they had. D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo Ball, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Larry Nance Jr., Julius Randle, Ivan Zubac. You think that team would have won something? Can you imagine the way Julius Randle is playing right now on that Lakers team with Lonzo Ball, with Brandon Ingram, with Josh Hart, Larry Nance Jr., D'Angelo Russell, right? Guess what happened with that team? That team messed around and went to the lottery with and now all those pieces remained. So they traded away some of those pieces to make room for LeBron. But what I'm saying is before LeBron, that's what it was. After LeBron, they were a lottery team. And LeBron had a fake injury. And LeBron wouldn't sit with them on the bench. Right? Julius Randle took a team of Nerlens Noel, Obi Toppin, Taj Gibson, RJ Barrett, Warner Wolf, Mickey Mouse, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and won 41 games. Right? Anthony 212. I don't care who was making the decisions, bro. What I'm saying is that team was young and talented before LeBron whispered in their ear and said he was coming. Right? And some of those guys left and some of them stayed. Right? But LeBron did not take that team to the playoffs. Julius Randle took two of those stuffed animals, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, RJ Barrett, Derrick Rose, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Snuffleupagus, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and Ralph to the playoffs. Kevin McLeod was good. Julius Randle took a team that should have only won 18 games and led them to a 41-game season. Don't tell me that it was not all Randle. because I understand coaching matters. Coaching matters in every situation. So you give coaching credit in every situation. Okay, credit or discredit in every situation. Right? What I'm telling you is what Julius Randle did with this Knicks team is nothing short of a miracle. Who is Alec Burks? You wasn't Alec Burks. Y'all wasn't clamoring for Alec Burks before the season. Y'all wasn't like, oh, give Alec Burks the max. Y'all wasn't saying that before this year. Don't even try it. Don't insult other people's intelligence with nonsense. Right? Don't insult other people's intelligence with nonsense, man. Just to prove a stupid MVP point. Julius Randle took Taj Gibson off mothballs, by the way. Taj Gibson didn't even have a job at the beginning of the year. Stupid Knicks playoffs got me drinking soda again, man. I ain't drunk. Before this Knicks playoffs, I ain't drunk soda in 18 months. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Y'all see that? So we saying Julius Randle was not in the MVP conversation. Whoever said that does not know what the conversation is or what an MVP is. You can't just make these things up as you go. Like, oh, he wasn't the number one pick. Oh, he didn't go to Duke. He can't be the league MVP because he's not an international player, or he wasn't the number one pick, or he doesn't play for a Vogue franchise, or he don't have a 42-inch vertical, or he's not a three-point shooter, or you can't do that in the MVP conversation. MVP means most valuable player. And if Julius Randle is not the most valuable player to a franchise, I dare y'all to pick one out. Call one out. Call it out. Who is more valuable to their franchise alone? Who is more? Let me put that, because I feel like arguing this morning. I feel like beef. I'm ready. I'm putting heads to bed. I'm straight out the box. MCs, I'm knocking out shoes and socks right now. Don't come in this video chat if you don't want to fight. I'm telling you right now. Because if you're not ready to fight, I'm gonna boot you out. Now, take that. Now, take that. Knicks man, what's good? I want somebody to come in here and prove to me that Julius Randle is not deserving of at least being in the MVP conversation. Want somebody to disprove that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like I'm one of the smarter Knicks fans in Knicks universe. Not because I know everything, but I accumulate a lot of information. Right? I accumulate a lot of information. That's what I do. P. Rose.
Salute.
Well, all right.
Yo, salute, man. I just found your channel too, due to my dude Worldwide L. I was on another stream and I saw him. He told me to go subscribe to y'all. And, I was on your stream the other day, man. Y'all have a good stream, and I enjoy y'all podcast and everything.
Oh, we appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate Rose. That, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
That. What's going on, fam? You
Julius Randle
today, man.
Julius Randle deserves to be in the conversation, and the people that made the finalists are idiots.
They are. You can't put Embiid in there when he's missed so many games. You can't.
Yeah, he missed 21.
Yeah,
he missed 21 games. I think Randle only missed like 3 or 4.
No, he only missed one. He only missed one.
And
man,
they made him sit. They made him sit
they
against
made
Milwaukee.
Let him sit.
yeah. My thing is, I think he belongs in the MVP conversation. I still have Jokic as my MVP. You know, played all 82 games and everything, and he did his thing. He did his thing, but he belongs in the conversation. My thing is,
Absolutely.
if he doesn't make first team All NBA, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be upset.
Right.
And the reason why I say that, because the reason why I say that, because if we being honest, is I think small forward, power forward, the voters, they you can put forwards as centers now. The positions really don't matter. But if he's not first, all because like I'm just saying, I think he's had a better and like he had a better season than Anthony Davis, even though Anthony Davis
Absolutely.
missed like 37 games, but statistically he's had a better season than Anthony Davis in terms of forwards, in terms of real plus minus. He's top 5 in real plus minus. The only people ahead of him are Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those are the only people ahead of him.
But even still, I don't even think
But
Kevin Durant is. He hasn't even played. How many?
oh no, Kevin, no, in my opinion, KD's gonna be on second All NBA team though. KD's gonna be on the second or third All NBA team.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he makes one because how many games he missed. But
Exactly. Yeah.
like, but
Like
like
it's. Go
but
ahead,
in
Pop.
terms of like, yeah, like I'm not, because like if I'm being honest, I'm a basketball fan. If the Knicks win, that just makes basketball better, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
Like basketball is at its best when the Knicks, one of the premier franchise of the league, is doing well. And my thing is the reason why a lot of the outside, because I don't know, because I'm in a outside media. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and everything, so I hear a lot of the outside media saying what they think about Knicks. They try to they basically say, "Oh, you're good, y'all. Y'all playing good now, but we're still gonna equate you with James Dolan in the past, the situation with Spike Lee, all the other situations in the past." They say, "Are y'all really back? Is it really?" Instead of giving y'all the credit that this team justly deserves, you know, they always gotta have some kind of backhanded compliment. I'm just like, give the team credit, give the team the credit. I mean, like, I don't got a problem. Like, me personally, if Jokic wins the MVP, I don't got a problem with it. I think he will. I don't got a problem with it. If Steph comes in second or third, I don't got a problem with it. If Embiid comes in third, I don't have a problem with it. But to leave Julius Randle out of the conversation, you just didn't take a lottery team to the 4 seed, and they have
Right.
better record. They have a better record than the Heat, who was in the finals last year. They had a better record than the Celtics, who was in the Eastern Conference Finals year. If you look at the stats, they dominated teams. Dude, what's it called? Toronto, 2 years removed from the championship. They was in the second round, went to a game 7 last year. Toronto's out of the playoffs. They a lottery team.
Right.
And this team went from being in the abyss to, in the 4th seed, basically literally almost 2 games outside of the 3rd seed, or 2.5 games outside of the 3rd seed. But some games they should have won and everything. They could have been the 3rd seed or the 2nd seed, who knows? But but Julius Randle doesn't belong in the conversation. I don't care. You don't have to have him as your MVP. We can agree to disagree on that. But to leave him out of the conversation is utterly blasphemous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It makes you think, what is this conversation about in the first place? So CP the artist has a look on his face like he wants to go after Cornerstone Cav, right? And I don't want CP the artist to go after Cornerstone Cav. Cornerstone Cav is Star Child. It's Friday. It's Friday, and Star Child is in the building, right? So CP the artist,
Patrick Star Child.
So I just wanted to say one thing real quick. CP the artist, this dude Kevin Samuels is an idiot and phony, right? He looked like a soft man. I bet you if you walk into a room with us and we look at him, he looks super soft. He probably smell like gingerbread when he walk in the room. I just want to say that real quick because I heard some of the stuff that he said and listen, I am a knuckle scrape dude, right? No, I'm a knuckle scrape dude. Like, I like to get on stuff and fix stuff. I like to crawl up under stuff and do stuff. This dude looks like a manicured man talking macho stuff against women. He looked like a sucker to me. He looked like the type of dude that paid me to come cut his grass. You know what I'm saying? I'll come cut your grass, Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? He looks soft. How you gonna talk about being macho and you manicure? I looked at your fingernails, look like you went and got a manicure. You know what I'm saying? Don't be talking that macho man stuff to me. But I'm on to Julius Randle though. I want to talk about Julius Randle. So the Julius Randle thing is this. Any conversation, and listen to how I preface this, and because I'm opening this up for a smart back and forth. This ain't the time to like say something dumb, right? And you know what I'm saying? This is for a smart give and take. The MVP conversations mean you will conversate about the most valuable player, right? First, by distinguishing what does MVP mean? Does it mean MVP of your team or MVP of the league? And if it's a MVP of the league conversation, how can it be an MVP of the league conversation when you only play for one team? Right? Mm-hmm. Right? You only play for one team. Does this mean your overall play lifts the profile of the entire league? And if so, how can you do that in an information age where everybody has access? You could buy League Pass and watch whatever game you want.
Right.
All right. Is it my turn? Because you mentioned my name, and then you went to Kevin Samuels, then you went back to your
No, Cornerstone Cav. Hello, Cornerstone Cav.
What's happening? What's going on?
Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Julius Randle should be in the MVP conversation. This entire thing about Jokic being the league MVP from the start of the season is ridiculous. When he had Jamal Murray playing with him for most of the season, and when Murray got injured, they brought in Aaron Gordon, and then Michael Porter Jr. emerged. And then you look at the Knicks, and the Knicks roll out R.J. Barrett, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Doolittle, Dr. Pepper, Ronnie Bobby, Ricky, and Mike to play with Julius Randle. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Right. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, man.
We are talking about. Can I speak now? Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. I don't need to get on Cornerstone Karen. Because
why? What now? See, there you go. There you go. First of all, my name is not Karen. My name is Kevin.
You sound like a Karen.
You sound like a Karen. What? It's Cornerstone, Kev.
All right, let me make my point. And I'm getting sick of the victimhood mentality that is on this channel. Oh, they left us out. Oh, they don't consider us. Oh, they're doing it to us again. Get over it. Because number one, statistically, Joel Embiid has the number one team in the East. He averages more rebounds.
Oh, does he?
You gonna let me say my point? I didn't cut you off.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Wait. While he was missing those 24 games, did the team still win? Was the team in first place while he missed those 24 games? Because the answer to that is yes, they were winning without him. Mm-hmm. Does that make him more valuable? CP the artist?
Let me finish. Can I finish?
Okay, no, go ahead.
Okay, so he missed 24 games. Great, right? If he missed the whole season, do you think that the 76ers would have been the number one seed? Yes or no? Do you think they're better than Brooklyn without Joel Embiid? Are they better than the Bucks without Joel Embiid? Answer that question. And how do you take away 28 points a game and 10 rebounds? How do you take away that? How do you take away from Jokic that he lost his best point guard and still dominated in the West and beat our Knicks head to head against our Julius Randle? How do you you use the argument that Julius Randle took a lottery team, but Steph Curry took also a lottery team that was worse than ours, and they got the second pick in the draft. Steph Curry has statistical way better year than Julius Randle. We're talking about numbers and statistics. Every argument that you made is a straw man argument, and it's a victimhood argument. I'm no victim. Julius Randle is our MVP. Granted that, right? But the MVP is a popularity contest. That's all it is. So stop with the victimhood. As long as we are in the playoffs and we're winning games in the playoffs, 16 games. 16 games. That is the new goal. So stop this victimhood. Stop. Monty Williams. Monty Williams got it over Tibbs. Boo hoo hoo hoo. He shouldn't have got it. It is victimhood, and that's why you want to talk about Kevin Samuels.
Yes,
he has better numbers than you.
Kevin
you are
Samuels
playing victim because you don't got those numbers, and you're trying to do the same thing.
So Kevin Samuels' numbers are better than mine. For one, he started out before me. So he started out before me. He got a head start. Don't mean I won't catch him. Secondly, Kevin Samuels. Yeah. So secondly, Kevin Samuels.
Chop it up. You're going to catch him. Good luck with that.
And pass him. So listen. So Kevin Samuels' edge up is mighty crispy. You know what I'm saying? The mighty crispy edge up, and his fingernails are immaculate.
I can't.
Those suits that he wear, man, he looks immaculate. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't me. Man, that ain't me. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? He looked like one of them dress up dolls you get off the Kmart shelf. You know what I'm saying? That ain't boys to men. That's boys to something else.
Getting back to Julius Randle.
Nah, hey, don't be throwing that shade at Cornerstone Kev like Kev ain't smart. Kev owns his own company.
I'm trying to let him finish. You know, because I'm going to retort what he just said about Philly.
All right, go ahead. The floor is yours.
How many games did Joel Embiid miss this season?
24 games.
Out of those 24 games, how many did they win?
I have no idea. Tell me.
They won back almost 70% of their games.
70%.
So with that being said, Joel Embiid wasn't the reason why they're number one in the league. It was a whole team effort. So the narrative, yes, whatever. So your take on why he should be over Randle is weak, very weak.
No, it's not.
Because Randle hasn't missed one game this year. Except he's missed one game.
He did miss a game.
He missed a game. Without Randle on our team, we would be in the tank. We would probably be in a play-in right now.
We nearly were in the play-in. You know that, right?
We're not in the play-in. We're in the playoffs.
But we nearly was.
We nearly were not.
Yes, we were. If we were a Charlotte loss away from like the play-in. It came out to the last 5 games of the season to avoid the play-in.
Why did we win that? We won that because of Julius Randle.
And we also because Boston was losing.
Hey, I'm sorry. Joel Embiid missed 21 games. He played in 51 games, but he left one. It don't matter.
But you see where I'm going. You see where I'm going.
He paper mache. Yeah.
Who has the better record in the league? In the Knicks or
the Sixers? The Sixers.
Okay.
The Sixers.
They normally go that way.
But how many years have they been? How many years have they been?
Hold on. You guys are crying that it's not fair. Fair is for horses and sheep.
It's not about being fair.
LeBron
it's about
James,
being right.
No, shut up. It's about this.
You shut up.
I'm just
everything, man.
Look, our Carmelo Anthony, right, deserve the MVP over LeBron James, who was on a stacked Miami Heat team with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. They had the best record. They gave it to LeBron. That was a bigger travesty than this right now. Now, he did get like a third place vote. I think one person voted for Melo. Melo deserved that because Melo was working with less. So I agree with that argument. All I'm saying is quit the victimhood mentality because this is a popularity contest. It's not a merit-based contest. And I'm sick of y'all always coming at these, the victimhood
Got
Knicks
him.
fans.
Come to
Yeah,
I got him.
you do. You a victim. It's victimhood.
Who's the victim?
You
Who's
guys,
the
because you
victim?
coming on here.
No,
Like,
no, I got him. He fell
you-
into a trap.
Yeah,
I got him, Kev.
It's all yours.
So CP the artist fell into the trap. So what happened is this. So the New York metropolitan area controls the media across the country, right? Across the country.
no,
They do. They do. Yeah, they do. Because listen. I know people in Charlotte, North Carolina are not ordering the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. They are not getting that paper in Charlotte, North Carolina. But you know what they are getting in Charlotte, North Carolina? The New York Times.
Yep.
You want to debate that? You want to debate that, CP?
Yeah, I'll debate that because I live in Atlanta and I've been on the Journal, the AJC. Okay.
Yeah, right.
AJC is not a national publication.
Oh,
New York Times.
So I'm right.
Like,
so I'm right.
The
So
New
I
York
am
Times,
right.
Let me
So
finish.
I am right.
Let me finish.
So I am right.
Yeah, you are right.
Okay, all right.
You
That's all
are
I wanted.
right. But the New York Times did a spread just a couple of days ago with an illustration of the Brooklyn Nets, big, and the puny little Knicks, very small. So what is your point about bringing up that?
My point was
We are disrespected in our own city.
So if
You lost your point. Talk about
no. Listen. So in your energetic trance, you missed the whole point. My point is that New York, the New York metropolitan area, controls the narrative across the country. Didn't I just say that before he said that? I said the New York metropolitan area, right? I didn't say the Knicks. I said the New York metropolitan area. I didn't say the Knicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I mentioned is in Los Angeles, and so this is in Los Angeles, California. Guess what newspaper they're reading?
The LA
Guess
Times.
what the LA Times is a big newspaper, right? It's huge, right? It's huge, and they garner respect. But people out west also read the New York Times.
What's your point?
My point is that the victimhood is not with the Knicks. The victimhood is with the media outlets across the nation looking to retaliate against a New York-based team because they don't have a say otherwise. This is how they get back at the Knicks.
There
right.
You go again.
This is not victimhood. No, this is what they call payback. This is what they call payback. You know what I'm saying? Because Dolan controls everything Knicks and make you come to the Knicks to get the narrative and not you create the narrative wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? James Dolan controls the Knicks' reputation, good, bad, or indifferent, right? Like CP the artist controls his reputation, good, bad, or indifferent. He's not going to leave his reputation in the hands of Cornerstone Kev and Uncle Freezy. He's going to control his own narrative. And how we pay CP the artist back for not letting us do that is by giving CP the artist these loaded questions and making them answer them. You know what I mean? And so what does that have to do with Julius Randle? So anytime it comes time for you to give the national media to give credit to the Knicks, they do not. They don't. They didn't put RJ Barrett on an all-rookie team. They're not going to put Julius Randle in the MVP conversation. And I'm here to tell you that Tibbs is not going to win Coach of the Year. You know how I know this? Even though he's deserving, they're going to give it to a small town team that has no say in anything. It's the pity party. It's always the pity party. The MVP is going to go to a small town team out west, right? Prior to Jokic. It's the pity party. Oh, New York is just, you know what I'm saying? Just give Randall the MVP. Tibbs the coach of the year. Y'all know what it is. Give Rose the 6th man of the year. Give Randall the most improved player. Be truthful with yourself and rock on. New York is a giant, and all these other cities live in New York's shadow. Right?
New York is not a giant anymore. And
New York is a giant.
I'm sorry to tell you, it's not. It's not. And here's why. Here's why. We live now in a multimedia, social media world, right? This broadcast could go to China. Well, not China. It could go around the world. It could go around the world and reach people. And you have fans on this, right?
Right.
It is global now. This is why the New York, like people don't even come to New York anymore as a free agent because they could be millionaires and billionaires elsewhere. They could live like the Russell Westbrooks and he won an MVP, and his team didn't have the best record in the league, but he put up a monstrous year. He put up a monstrous year with averaging a triple-double. Sorry.
Triple-double. Yeah.
He averaged a triple-double one year, and he was the highlight of the thing. Now, national broadcast does matter. The Knicks did not have many national broadcast games until after the trade deadline. So, nobody was really watching the Knicks. And so, when nobody's really watching the Knicks, they're not really writing about them. There's no columns about them.
CP the artist's medium shirt is fitting mighty big. You notice that? That medium shirt is about to swallow him up.
When I make points, you want to diverge to the to the branding, but let's stick to it.
What do you expect me to do? Keep getting punched?
What do you mean? I'm talking about the media and how media works.
Yeah.
Well, it must have worked for Nate. It must have worked for Nate McMillan too. After him getting fined.
Right. Sure. That man should have got fired in my opinion. I don't know how that. Nah. That was some. I ain't gonna lie. That's a side note, but that Nate McMillan situation, that man should have never got fired for Indiana. But
no. Pete Rose, not fine. You're absolutely right about that. No, I was talking about the NBA fining him for his comments about us and everything.
Well, it's crazy. My thing is, to a certain extent, I agree. Both what everybody's saying. Like. I'm looking at it. So the Knicks before the trade deadline, in terms of national TV games, they were middle of the pack. Around like they was around like not the Lakers, but the Kings. They was literally in that. They was literally treated like like those middle of the pack teams. They only get like 4 or 5 national TV games a year. Mm-hmm. But after the trade deadline, they was in the top 10 in national TV games.
Right.
So. So not a lot of people was watching the Knicks. I'm one of them. Like I live down the south. Country boy and everything. Mm-hmm. So most of the games I see are Hawks games, Pelicans games, Grizzlies games, Hornets games, Heat games. Those are most of the games that I see. You
don't get the NBA package or anything like that, right?
I mean, I got league pass, so I can watch. I can watch games. It's just I watch a lot of games. It's just. In terms of like watching Knicks games, I had that's more on the back half. Most of the games I watched this year, I've watched a lot of more of Hawks games, Heat games, Warriors games, and everything. But that's in terms of thing. Like I said before, like my opinion, Julius Randle, I don't think he's MVP, but like I think he belongs in the conversation. But at the end of the day, it's a popularity contest, so like. The person that has the most oohs and ahs is more likely going to win that award.
Thank you.
Like, so if we're talking about merit based, that's more of the all NBA teams where stats are measured against other forwards, other players in that category. That's how the all NBA teams. That's how the all defensive teams are measured out. In my opinion, I think Julius Randle deserves to be on an all NBA team, preferably first team.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Pete Rose, because hey,
how about Pete Rose?
Is his name Pete Rose? What was his name?
P Rose.
P Rose.
P Rose.
Rose.
Okay, P Rose. Sorry. P Rose.
It's
You make
it's a
a
weird story. I
valid
got a
point
nickname.
because the three MVPs, Steph Curry, Jokic, and Embiid, were what? All-star starters?
All-star starters.
Right.
Yeah, all-star starters.
And Julius Randle had to be picked as a what? Reserve?
Yeah.
I think I closed my case. I think I closed my case on how the narrative.
Lord have mercy.
From
This
the
dude
beginning,
just said the MVP conversation is based on the All-Star game.
Wait,
Yeah.
What in the name of Sammy Davis?
I'm so glad.
What in the name of David Buster are we talking about?
Glad that we're giving
how
award.
in the world do you put a reserve as the MVP when this is a popularity contest? He wasn't even popular half of the season. Let me finish.
It's always been a popularity contest. I mean, if we being honest, I take it back to like Kobe. I mean, like honest, I thought he should have won in 06. I was still a child. I thought he was still a kid there. I thought Carmelo
was never supposed to win over Shaq. He was never supposed to win over Shaq or Kobe.
The guys that have won have never missed a period of games like these guys are doing now.
Man, stop with the victimhood, bro.
Hold on. I understand where he's coming from. I think there was like one MVP that like missed like 15 games or more. I understand the Embiid part. With the Steph only missed 7 games. Steph only missed he missed 8 games this year, which is not that bad. I mean, what's it called? Durant. I mean, when Durant won, he missed 7-8 games when he won his MVP. I know one of LeBron's MVPs, his third MVP, LeBron missed 7 to 8 games. If it's like between a 6 and a 10 game, if you miss like 10, like the maximum 10 games or less, like that's not a big thing, because 60. Like in a regular 82 games, 72 out of 82 games or something like that. That's like 90% of the games, 85, 90% of the games, But if you miss I can understand that. But the thing is with the Embiid, he's in the conversation because despite missing all those games, he's a finalist because the numbers that he was putting up, even despite his team winning without him, the numbers he was putting up on the team, and then you look at the advanced stats, the advanced analytics, the numbers that he was putting up, they were basically like, oh my God, this dude is just balling. This dude is everything. Just balling out. And like the thing is, like the closest I can understand, like with you, like with y'all, man, I understand what y'all said about Embiid. I feel the same way. You missed too many games, but I understand why he's a finalist. I don't agree with it, but I understand why he's a finalist.
Right.
My thing is in terms of when we look at this thing, we gotta look at the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation that it's always been a popularity contest. So I'm not gonna get mad at the fact that these media moguls are gonna bloviate and prognosticate these other players and overlook somebody who most definitely deserves to be in the conversation. I'm not gonna get mad because it's always been a popularity contest. Now what I will get mad over is if they don't put this man on an All NBA team, if they literally I will be heated. Like not and this is as a basketball fan. Like this is not the first. If they do this, this won't be the first time. I mean, they omitted Klay Thompson over. They put like 2 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago after the Warriors won their third championship. When they swept the Cavs, they omitted Klay Thompson, who basically shot 50-40, who almost shot 50-40-90 that year, averaged 22 points a game, and they put Kemba Walker, who had a career low in scoring, career low in shooting percentage, and missed the playoffs. But it's happened before. But it's like you got to understand, like the MVP is more of a popularity contest, and the All NBA teams are based on your merit, your stats compared. But I'm just not gonna get pressed. I'm not gonna get pressed about something that's not somebody that's not there. I acknowledge the situation. Hopefully, if we could put, hopefully, if the media, which they probably won't, I wish they would put a little more insight into merit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the candidates right now for All MVP, and guess what? The first team.
Freezy, you're mute. You're muted, Freeze.
I'm muted. Okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to do something real quick. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if y'all was hearing me or not. P Rose, I'm sorry if you. I'm sorry about that, man. I just wanted to welcome the two cats to the panel. Charlie Ward cousin, man. What's good?
Charlie Ward cousin.
Yeah, and Delano still. What's good?
Jay.
I just wanted.
What's going on?
I just wanted to bring y'all in, man, and
guys,
tell everybody.
Bring us some knowledge. Please bring us some knowledge.
So CP the artist look like he must be having a technical thing or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I just wanted to say hello to my people coming in. How y'all doing this morning, fellas?
We're doing good. How you feeling?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
You want to know what's crazy though?
What's that?
I could tell I'm spoiled off of Blue Orange Tears because when I joined y'all last night, right? It was a great conversation. And the moment that you said, "Oh, it's 3:00, it's time to get off," I actually got upset. Like, where are you going?
Right.
What are we doing? Hold on. I just joined here. Even though it's been like an hour since I was on.
Yeah.
It felt like 12 minutes.
Right.
So, just wanted to give you, your props and, give you your flowers, what I'm saying,
man.
for having a dope show and everything. I also came to poke holes in some of the arguments. Joel Embiid had a better season than Malcolm Brogdon, yet Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year.
Right.
So
you know the reason why, right? Because Joel Embiid missed a lot of games.
He missed games. So
exactly.
With that in mind, how can I sit here and award somebody who's missed over 20 games?
Thank you.
Over somebody who's only missed one.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
So
this league has been based on narratives in a lot of situations. For instance, you bringing up the Russell Westbrook MVP. He was a 6th seed who happened to win because of his historic triple-double season that was never done outside of Oscar Robertson.
Right.
That was a narrative because the following season, James Harden won the same award for the same exact reason.
Right. Right.
A 60-point triple-double game was a historic game that put him over the top.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
In 2013, Carmelo Anthony should have gotten the MVP for that season for taking the Knicks to a 54-game season, a season that they have reached the top of the Atlantic Division and was second, third in the NBA in the Eastern Conference. Yet it was the historic 21-game winning streak of the Miami Heat, led by LeBron James, that put him over the top.
Right.
To win the MVP that season. So it's based on narratives a lot. But the narrative, and I've pointed this out on how many occasions, the NBA has a specific bias against the New York Knicks. So anything Knicks related, they're going to put more focus on demolishing, diminishing, and neutralizing any positive conversation than they are in giving credit. We're talking about the same New Yorker magazine, right? That featured the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
But we also have a Slam magazine that is sold out. That features only 2 New York Knicks NBA players. So where exactly? I'm just trying to figure out, that lowly publication thing, because the Slam magazine is global. The Slam magazine covers all basketball, and for all the years that I've played, that I've collected and read Slam magazines, I've never
seen it sold out.
A regular issue sold out. I'm talking about for all the times when I've seen I've got the classic NBA draft class of '96 cover.
Yeah.
I've got the Michael Jordan anniversary cover.
Yeah.
And even those never sold out. But the Knicks with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle on the cover sells out.
Yeah, that's a. Hey, DSJ, did when Kobe passed away, did his cover sell out?
It sold out, but again,
did.
it's posthumous, so it makes sense.
Right.
It makes sense.
Right.
I can completely understand that. But again,
Yeah.
that's the narrative, isn't it?
That's the narrative. Yeah. Yep.
It's posthumous.
Yes.
So, under the circumstances, is it a bit, it's a bit unfair to continue to have the conversation to say it's quote unquote victimhood when it really should be about. You could have said it's a star-driven league and made more sense going that direction than saying that it's victimhood.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if we're going off a record, the Golden State Warriors are not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're in the play-in.
They're in the play-in.
And when was the last time you've seen a team basically, because if you consider it's a losing season, it's a conditionally losing season.
Hey, Donald, still, let me add, DSJ, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How does a team go from champagne showers every year to a play-in team in an expanded playoff seating?
Yes.
And you anoint that player an MVP caliber player.
That's you can't.
You go from champagne showers to barely making the playoffs, and then we say, "Oh my God, he's so great." What are we talking? In what scenario? In what bizarro world do we live in where a franchise takes steps backwards and you reward the guy that's the leader of that franchise taking steps backwards with the MVP award or MVP conversation? What does that happen?
Only when it's a star-driven league.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Because even now, the only reason you even saying anything about Steph Curry is because of the scoring championship he won. Because outside of that, that was even a close race. Because if it wasn't for Bradley Beal's injury, he might have been the scoring champion this year. So, the world will never know. But at the end of the day,
thank you.
Again, it's all narrative.
Yeah, I think.
Most marketable guys. Matter of fact, if you think about it, Stephen Curry's the most marketable guy in that conversation of MVP this season.
Yeah. Hey, CWC, you want to get some?
What's up, y'all? How y'all?
Hey, CWC.
What's up, Uncle Freezy? What's good, man?
It was good.
What's good?
Hey, can
Uncle Freezy, I met you one time on Uncle Ron's show.
Yeah, man. Hey,
how you doing, man?
I'm good. I got a story about your cousin. So I got a story. Okay, so a story time with Uncle Freezy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to tell it as fast as I can. Corner Stone Cab. I'm sorry.
I didn't even mention his name.
No. We ain't talking about him. I'm talking about Charlie Ward, right? I'm talking about Charlie Ward.
I know.
So my homeboy is like, yo, I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, Tony Rice is the greatest college quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And he like, Tony Rice? Blah, blah, blah. And y'all don't remember Tony Rice. Tony Rice played quarterback for Notre Dame. Back in the day, he used to be the quarterback for Tim Brown. Right? Y'all remember Tim Brown? He used to play wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, yo, I see Tony Rice shake off 5 dudes, juke a dude fell down with his ankle broke, and Tony Rice ran 52 yards for a touchdown. He was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, I got a story better than that. He was like, yo, this high school team in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, was winning all these games. But people didn't know how good this kid, Charlie Ward, was going to be because they saw him play at the Rec. They saw him come up through like all these, like the Pee Wee, all this stuff. And they was like, yeah, he fast and he could throw, but can he quarterback? Right? So they was playing this team from cross town. I don't know if it was Lawrenceville or somewhere. It was some team in Georgia, right? They was like, yo, the other team was like, we 8, it's 11-on-1, right? It's 11-on-1. Don't guard nobody. Don't defend nobody. Just go hit Charlie Ward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then he had a nickname, and I forgot what my man said his nickname was. But anyway, he said, Charlie Ward took the snap and ran the option around end, right? And everybody was giving they was loading up to hit him, right? Charlie Ward, in a split second, took his towel out of his pants and threw it on the ground. He's like, whoa, what? Threw his towel on the ground. 5 players from the other team jumped on the towel, and 90 yards later, Charlie Ward was in the end zone giving the football to the referee. He said Charlie Ward was that good. He said in a split, he said he threw his towel on the ground and dudes jumped on it, and Charlie Ward went 90 yards for a touchdown.
Wow.
He said Charlie Ward was the most amazing quarterback that he ever saw in his life. Now, the most amazing quarterback that I saw in real life was a dude I had on the show named Orlando Hudson. He wound up playing second base for the Toronto Blue Jays. He wound up being a 2-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover. He hit for the cycle off Randy Johnson. Y'all remember Randy Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he hit for the cycle of Randy Johnson, which included a grand slam. You know what I'm saying? In one game. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I was like, yo. And when I'm telling you this, when he told me the story, Charlie Ward was a freshman at Miami or whatever school he went to. What school he went to?
Florida State.
He went to Florida State? Yeah, he went. So Charlie Ward was a whatever. He was like a young boy. He was like, yo, I'm telling you, this dude gonna be good. And I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. You know, everybody hometown got a hero. Everybody got a hometown hero. And all these years later, here I am with CWC on the Knicks Morning Drive talking about Charlie Ward. So anyway, it was good, man.
Yeah, now he a New York Knicks. Now he a New York Knicks guy.
Yeah, now he a legend. Yeah. So what's good,
going
man?
on, Kevin Stone?
Hey, I can't call CWC. I know this is gonna be unpopular, but looks like my boy's gonna get in the series.
Oh boy. Hey, Kev. So when I was 18 and 19 years old.
Nah, man. But hey, man, hey CWC, I know you excited, bro. You back in the playoffs, man.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I hope Frank do good, man.
Hey, you got no choice.
let me get with that Randall situation. Yeah. Randall should be the MVP of the NBA because he carried the Knicks like no other team did. Now, Joker, I believe he should be in second in the MVP coach. Because if you have to look at it, no other superstars could have took the Knicks there by themselves. That's why they had to join force, like Brooklyn Nets. They had to join force to beat LeBron James. You know what I mean? And first of all, Brooklyn ain't gonna beat no LeBron James.
No.
So
no, of course not.
No.
So I'm like, man, why Randall not getting mentioned in the MVP? And you got Curry, he in the 8th seed, and he getting mentioned, and he just playing a playing tournament. I'm like, are you serious? I can't believe it, man. You got these sports analyzers out there, like saying stupid stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're experts. And even ain't touched the ball in I don't know how long, man. If at all. Hey, CWC, I'll give you something else about Brooklyn. You know how the Garden sold out both games?
Yeah. In an hour and a half.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, in an hour and a half.
Wait, for real? Is that true?
Yes,
in an hour and a half.
That's true.
Shoot,
Brooklyn is begging people to come to their.
They still hadn't sold out yet.
Brooklyn
begging. Did you see what James Harden did?
Oh, I ain't see what James Harden did.
James Harden went out and tried to get make a. Oh, wait, what'd you say?
He'll pay 50% of your ticket price.
Ain't that something?
Come to the game.
You got
The
James
last time I
Harden. You
checked,
got
it wasn't cool to bag
Hey guys,
Kevin Durant and company.
Yeah.
Hey man,
hey guys.
we
Hey, y'all heard what Jalen Rose said? Y'all heard what Jalen Rose said?
No. What he
He
said?
said
What'd
he
say?
went to a sport. He said he went to the sports bar, right? I
Yeah.
think it was in New York, right? And
Yeah.
he said the people want to look at the Knicks, even a replay of the Knicks, but the Nets was on live. They're like, we don't want to see that. We want to see the Knicks. And Jalen Rose like, this is a replay. You know?
Yeah.
That's Knicks is hot, man.
It's hot,
Yeah.
man.
Nah,
It's the hottest ticket.
like they don't like what you were saying earlier. What I've heard who said that like they don't respect the Knicks, and like this is true. I'm actually looking at a statistic. So when over this, if you look at like the positive Knicks, like, and this is just first take ratings on like based on video views. So on when they had a couple weeks ago when Stephen A went on his little happy joy rant that the Knicks had, they had clinched a playoff spot that they wasn't going to be in the play-in. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Stephen A had his little roo ha 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 rant, where
Of
where his
course.
hairline almost came off and everything, and that that got 15.7 million views. But then you look at his rant on Phil Jackson 3 years ago where he said Lamar Odom, who was on crack, that rant that got 45.6 million interviews. And there's a statistic where the mainstream media, they don't like they say oh the Knicks being good, oh it's good for the NBA, but like no, it's not good for their ratings. They rather promote they rather promote Knicks negativity. They rather see the negativity from Knicks. That's what gets
Yeah,
them their money. That's the only thing they want to see.
exactly.
So that's why they just inching. They inching for Dolan to say something that they don't like, or they inching for something at Madison Garden that happened, or something like that. Like the incident with Patrick, Patrick Ewing and security at Madison Square Garden. I don't. That was a misunderstanding, but they blew it out of proportion. Because they know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They know if anything happens. They know if anything negative happens with the Knicks, and somehow it's God forbid James Dolan is involved in everything. They got ESPN got Stephen A. Smith. He's gonna he's gonna go on his all-time rant saying, "Oh my God, this is blasphemous," and all that stuff and everything. And it's sad, man. It's sad, man. Because I'm like just put respect on his name. Put respect on the team's name, man. Like, and I'm a reiterate thing. I know what y'all said about Randall, and that's y'all opinion. I'm just saying, my thing is just put him in the conversation. Like, please, just put him in the if you don't vote him MVP, bro, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Just put him in the conversation, for God. He deserves to be in the conversation.
Hey, so Rosie, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. How do you not add Randall, but you add Steph Curry, who's on a team in a play-in situation?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So I mean, like the thing is, like it's weird. It's weird, but like because the playing is new, and this is new. I take it as this. You compare them this. We both agree that if you take both of them off their respective teams, their teams would be abysmal, horrible, horrible, like horrible. And this is the thing. One, I think Curry. The thing is, Curry. Like people think, oh, Curry's just in the MVP conversation because this last month he was. Listen, at the beginning of the season, even though he was struggling, he was still averaging 29.7 points a game, which is pretty good, even though you're basically the only person on your team. And my thing is with Julius Randle, yes, he's the 4 seed, but in terms of record, they're only 2 games apart. My thing is with Steph, part of it's the narrative. Yeah, like what the dude said. Part is the narrative, like I don't know who said it. Yeah, narrative, like the dude said, yeah, we like the popular players. And the other part is that this dude had activated his cheat code aimbot, over the last 6 to 8 weeks, man. So I think you put him in the conversation because any normal year outside of this year they would be in the playoffs, but now the play-in and everything, who knows? Now I understand why people say well he might miss the playoffs because Memphis has a great chance to beat him tonight. And I understand. In my opinion, I put him in that conversation because statistically, I know how bad the Warriors get without him. They are the worst offensive team by far. Like, it's not even close. Like you saw what you saw the Rockets looked, without, this year. The Warriors are by far the worst offensive team. Their points per possession is dead last. Their field goal percentage is dead last. Their 3-point percentage is dead last. So Steph is getting double and triple team. So the impact he has from an in-game perspective, that I think that's why people put him in a conversation. Do I think he will win? Hell no. So I'm just making the thing. That's why he's in the conversation. But if he's going to be in the conversation, Julius Randle damn well deserves to be in the conversation. And at the end of the day, man, man, I'm not gonna get pressed over it. That he's not. They're gonna come out with the full ballots in about 4 to 6 weeks. So we're gonna know what placement he is. If he's in 4th, 5th, and 6th or something like that, we're gonna know where he is and everything. But we really gonna know if they respect him and they respect the Knicks when the All NBA teams come out. Because in my opinion, he's second team All NBA defense. He arguably first team, and he's definitely, in my opinion, first team All NBA. So, that's just my take on it.
Hey, salute, P. Rose. I appreciate you.
Good take, bro.
Right?
Yeah, man.
So,
in
terms of everything you said, that's what the narrative is, brother.
Yeah,
I gotta find a story to make it make sense. Because I'll tell you exactly when Steph Curry got that he should be considered for MVP when he dropped 60 points against Portland after losing that first game to them.
Yeah,
that's when you started hearing that narrative. Because before that, it was actually
that was the 5th game of the year, though. That was the fifth. Yeah. I mean, because the first,
you see how even in the mindset of the media, let's find any other reason to name anybody else.
Oh, because it's Stephen Curry. I mean, who dropped in anything? I mean, if Steph Curry will, obviously Steph Curry will drop more numbers, man. But I just wish, it's just, I just want people to respect the game and respect the players, respect the game. And honestly, man, that's how I got my nickname, because I was a big D Rose fan and everything when I was younger. I was a big D Rose and the only reason I got
you do live in Tennessee. That's right. Okay, I got you. But D Rose went to Memphis.
Yeah, he went to I used to watch Memphis games, and the one game he came, I got to see him when he came to Vanderbilt here in Nashville and everything. But the story behind my nickname P Rose is that I was at the rec center in my freshman year in college and everything, and I had the old New York Knicks D Rose jersey when he wore number 25, and they was like, hey, so he's like, hey, they was like, hey, you think you D Rose? I was like, nah, I just got on the jersey, and I got on the court and I started balling. So they said, hey, yo, your name is P Rose, because my name is Philip. So they said, oh, P Rose, bro, that's your name, P Rose.
Yeah. Hey, down low, still, you got an echo, bro. Hey, still, you hear me? You got an echo, bro. So, man, I hate to do it, man, but I got to wrap up right here.
No, you can't. I got going, man.
We got to make sure we
Uncle Freezy,
the sweep. Yo.
Hey, Uncle Freezy, you think the Knicks gonna sweep the Hawks?
No.
I think I do. CWC, I do. I'm the only one on record saying that. I'm the only one on record saying that.
No, I'm not saying we're gonna lose. I'm not gonna say we're gonna lose the series. I just don't think we're gonna sweep a team that won 40 games.
But if we do, will that change your impression of how far we can go?
That will.
And I think what it does is it improves our chances of becoming NBA champions.
I agree.
Knicks, I got Knicks.
And how Tuesday win the coach of the year? How Tuesday win the coach of the year? Are you serious?
Not for sure. No, they said he's the final, because the coach of the year, Monty Williams, was based on the coaches association, not the AP.
And they bias. They bias because they are an official body with officers and all that stuff in place. So they basically have an alumni, together that's outside of players and media and all of that stuff. So they have their own, and they have their own internal narratives and all that stuff. I gotta go because I got So I gotta catch up with my man so we can make sure that we get stuff straight for the trip. Now, what we'll probably wind up doing if we can is getting on tonight earlier so that we can dispense the information. Yeah. And then that way everybody can be abreast of what's going on. But I'm gonna run real quick. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, later.